Hey, what's up, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what's up, guys? Today I'm talking about playing chords and soloing at the same time. And let's just see if everything is working with the stream. Yes, it seems to play chords. Okay, cool. All right, so we are at 36 members. Great stuff. And we don't have anybody watching the stream at the moment, but maybe some people will find it helpful in the future. All right. So, basically, the first thing that you want to work on when you want to start playing chords and soloing at the same time is your awareness of where you are in the bar. So a bar of music is like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each 4 beats is a bar, okay? And you want to start with playing on beats 3 and 4, playing notes inside the scale, and beats 1 and 2, playing the chord. That's the basis, okay? So basically the first place where you just start would be like, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So there's different positions you can do the full. So you saw there when I started, I did 1, 2, and then did a full. Okay, a chord full. We're gonna get to playing the solo in a second, but I just want to show you first the chord fulls. So for instance, let's just get a blank page here. Okay, so you've got the bar of music, so it's more of a rhythmic consideration than anything else when you're doing chords and soloing at the same time. Okay, and let me just show you here. So you got the beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you got to think of it almost like a drummer, like a drummer's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, come to the So you can't start the full on 1. You can, and as you become better, you can put your chord fulls anywhere in the bar. But the first place is to just establish the chord in beats 1, 2, and sometimes 3, and then do a full on beats 4 and 3. So what I would do is I would say, okay, so here we're gonna establish the chord, EST the chord, and sometimes till the 3rd beat. And then over here, we're gonna solo. And that's the beat. beats. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a G chord. Let's just do our, if you don't understand chords and keys and scales, then you got to do my music theory course. Go sign up, Jooba Premium, do my music theory course right now. Let's take this to 100 members and then we can do a stream for 30 hours. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So G, and you don't have to do fancy riffs, you just have to stay inside the beat of the song. So if the song is going 1, 2, chord full, and then 1, 2, do boom, do do, 2, bangarika do go, 2, bakadi dum, do dum, 2, do dum ba dum, ba dum da. There I did a super long flow. I went to 3, 4, and then I went into a whole bar. Okay, so you might want to do that in the beginning. The first step is to just say, okay, I'm going to play a chord on 1 and 2, solo on 3 and 4. That's the beats, 3 and 4. So let's do it in another key. Let's do it in a harder key. Let's do it in the key of C. And we're going to be using this, the C major pentatonic scale, or A minor pentatonic scale. We're going to do a very chill acoustic version of this. Okay, so we're going to play C twice. Let me put that on. So remember, we're playing C, chord, chord, and then solo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Simple. I just use 2 chords, C and F, and I just every time I play the chords at the same places inside the bar, and then use beats 3 and 4 to solo. And the key thing is just to do it and focus on the groove of the song, because you wanna pretend like people are listening to the solo while you're playing. You wanna not noodle. You wanna keep the groove going. Eric Haugen guitar, something like that. He always plays this SG. Sometimes plays an SG. He's got a bunch of guitars, but Eric Haugen, I think is his name. He does a lot of video on stop noodling. And that's what you want to do when you're practicing, is to not noodle. Don't play as if there's not other musicians playing with you. So what I like to do is think of, there's a drummer going, So whenever I'm jamming, I'm hearing that groove inside my head. Even I'm not the hi-hats and everything, but I'm just hearing boom, ka, boom, ka. And I mean, as you get better, you can do it with different grooves. Let's take a faster groove. Boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, A minor. Boom, ka. 1, 2, 1, 2. So there I did actually a whole bar of playing and then a whole bar of soloing. So you can go do that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that what I did there is quite complicated. It's not like I can just explain it simply to you what I'm doing. But the point is to kind of learn songs and try to understand songs in terms of where they do what inside the beat. So for instance, this kind of format of soloing, chord soloing, is done by Jimi Hendrix in Little Wing. So it goes 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Hey, mister. That sounds really weird if I say, hey, mister. I mean, hey, mister, that's what your name says. It will be awesome, man. I would love to see you for lessons, and just check the links in the description and you could book a free trial with me, okay? So that's the format that Jimi Hendrix used, and that's like a really good format to start doing that as a beginner, because it's always the same. 1, 2, and then and start with few notes. So start with 3 notes, like 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's not a few notes, but 1, 2. That's the kind of the way to go forward from there. Okay, let's see. What you could do is, the easiest way, I would say, is to do it with shapes that you're already familiar with soloing without playing the chords. So make sure these soloing and chords should come when your soloing is at not an amazing level, but at least a decent level. So the guy can be playing chord, you kind of know what scale to use, you know what you have some licks and some riffs that you like to use, you know. So if you're playing in the E minor pentatonic scale, you know kind of, okay, you know you can play in that zone, and you know you can take it up to G major pentatonic. Then you can start to, and you know some chords obviously as well. Then you can start to combine the two. Let me give you another example doing it in the key of E, which is something John Mayer likes to do. So if I do it in the key of E, I would play something like this, E. So what's nice about this key is you have your bass notes always accessible. E, B, A, C sharp minor, all on the kind of the top strings sound really nice, and especially the one chord, the E, is nice and open. So you don't have to play a chord there. You could just go. mister. And that is so much fun. I just had so much fun now playing that. But did you see how I'm kind of targeting with the solo? I'm playing the note of the chord that I'm going to. So I'm playing here E, because that is inside the E chord. And then I'm playing the 7 of the key, which is part of the 5 chord. And then playing the 6 of the key, the F C sharp minor, because that's inside the A chord. So I'm not just mindlessly playing notes. I'm kind of following the chords. And basically most of the time I'm soloing pentatonic scale with some variations. And the live stream that I did yesterday shows you how to connect this pentatonic scale over the entire fretboard. Okay, let's take another key for an example. Let's do the key of... Let's do a difficult key. It's sort of like a closed key that doesn't have any or few open strings. D flat. Okay. Actually doesn't have any open strings that it can use. So we're gonna be using some power chords. Let's take the same chord progression and let me show you how I do that. 1, 2, 3. Now you could do this in the basic level. You could just play like thirds of the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's make it even more simpler. We're gonna play just the major pentatonic scale. Starting with the root on the H string. Okay, so, and we're just gonna use that for our full. So 1 chord, 2. Got lost there. I wanted to do something too intense, so I went a little bit out of my comfort zone there. Okay, so yeah, that's the idea, and the thing is to start with like a very slow tempo type of thing. So let's go. Let's do something that can be beginner or advanced. Let's do the key of G, but we're going to do capo 3. We're still going to do the same thing. Chords on beats 1 and 2. Okay, and this is a point where I really want to talk about melody. Melody, you want to, melody equals talking. And when you talk, you don't want to talk about one topic and then about something else and suddenly change your tone of voice. So, I mean, there are situations where you might do this and then do this, and then I was there, and then I was there. But that's an extreme case. If somebody always talks like that, you'll think there's something wrong with the person. So what you want to do is think of it as talking. You kind of have a thread moving within your solo, so you don't have a solo going, so, you kind of want things to develop and things to be connected in your story. You don't want to talk about McDonald's and then suddenly talk about, how you're putting your kids to bed at night, and then you want to talk about how you woke up and took a run, and then suddenly you're jumping to how you were giving guitar lessons. It's like, what the heck? Let's just have a thread in the story. Let's stay on topic. And that's the same thing with soloing. A lot of people are like, hey, let's play a few notes here, a few notes there, fast notes, slow notes, fast notes, slow notes. And you want to have variation, but you want it to be connected with a thread. So I'm going to play G. I'm kind of connecting the different elements of my solo. You get there. I'm actually finished with this list now. I don't think there's anything more I can say about this. Go sign up for premium membership. A lot of how I play and how I figure out songs and how I can improvise like I'm doing in these demonstrations is because I know music theory and I've kind of learned to apply it in a practical way. And my music theory course does exactly that. You can get access to that by going to jooba.super.site. Link in the description. Stay cool, guys. And if you have any questions, let me know quickly. I'll jam for another 2 minutes. And just if you have any questions, you can ask them away in the chat. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.